Much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here, chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain. Good morning on this Wednesday, January 26, 2022. The time is 12:41 a.m. and welcome to Early in the a.m. with Isha. Just took a nice hot shower so I could have a nice long sleep. And about an hour before that, while eating some very delicious homemade mac and cheese, I bit about the size of a nickel worth of meat out of the inside of my cheek. I went to go bite, and it's like when I open my mouth, it's like my jaw is like misaligned. And when I went to go bite down, my molars just got a hold of my cheeks and just shredded it. Blood and macaroni and cheese, just two of those don't go together. And it was painful and it was bloody for about a good 5 minutes. It's still sore. Like opening my mouth, I'm scared. Like I'm gulping and I'm swallowing like every couple of seconds, and it's like my tongue keeps finding the area to see if it's okay, and I'm doing it like unconsciously. I keep doing it, and every time like I grind my teeth, I guess it's a stress reactor. I keep grinding my teeth. I keep finding the area like I want to bite it again. God, it's scary. Ooh, it's scary. Yeah, so my cousin came over surprisingly today, and we had a heart-to-heart, the three of us, my mom and I, and my cousin. It went pretty good. A lot of the stress that was on me just kind of levitated a little bit, enough to let me relax and be at peace. I wasn't even in my head at all. That was the best part. I love when stuff like that happens. Yeah, so update about me. I've been checking I check the downloads, but I'm making progress. It's steady, but it's progress, and I appreciate it. I think the second highest amount of downloads from one episode happened recently for Along Came a Spider. I thank you very much. It was one of my personal works that I had wrote on the spot after a spider was on my phone. It was still kind of night. It was early in the morning, but the sun hadn't come up yet. And the only light in my room was the light coming from my phone. And a spider had spun something from the ceiling, and it came all the way down till it dangled between the phone and my face. Like on that little string, the silk string coming down, and I freaked out. And I didn't catch it. It was kind of just in my room. I didn't know where it was. And I was so scared to get back in my bed because I know it was probably somewhere under my bed. It took me about 2.5 hours to get back to sleep. I was just pacing. And in my pacing and my nervousness, I wrote the poem Along Came a Spider. And it ended up being really good. My emotions were worked up. So the reading, came about, really, really good. I take some type of little catastrophes like that really bring out really, really good work. And this is another catastrophe, but hopefully this one will heal within the next couple of days. It should heal. One thing it did do though, because I've been eating, the thing about me is I've been eating salad for the past couple of weeks. Mainly for the past couple of days, mainly. And the rawest thing about the salad is my use of red onion and green peppers. I really overload my salads with the with the red onion, and it makes my entire face and throat like reek of red onion, like the thing spills from my face. But it seems like after I bit my cheek, the onion smell kind of like scattered and it kind of like ran away. Because usually when I eat onions like that, like the sulfur in it like just permeates and permeates like a pulsating burn, and then it dies down. But this one kind of got scared away. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm kind of favoring my cheeks, so my tongue might sound a little flat or a little swollen, but I'm just not trying to hurt it again. Some crazy guy, I guess during the NFL game, it's the Chiefs versus, I want to say it's the Buffalo Bills. I'm trying to figure out exactly what happened. One of the greatest football games of all time is being called. It was a win in overtime, and with 2 minutes to go, a crazy fan ran out on the field and interrupted the game. And it's it's a power grab moment. They don't understand the freedom that fans are taking into their own hands. I mean, some of these people see something as exciting as a football game, and a timeout could spell an opportunity to blow up on social media. Like, that's how the fans are like jumping in and they're divvying up the time amongst themselves. Like, it's a crash of realities. It's almost like digging too deep into the surface. And that surface is cutting all surfaces at all costs. It really doesn't even matter at this point. I mean, I see it, but it's scary too. You know what I mean? Like, to those football players, this is what they work their life for. They're in their peak condition. They're enjoying their time, and they want you to respect that time. But nowadays, people cut into feelings like cake. Work hustle can just be, paraded and outdone by the next person who dares to do what the other person won't. And they'll do it at any time frame, at any respect. I'm sure, I know there's a time where if that would have happened, somebody's grandfather and all his brothers and all his sons and all their brothers, he would have got a spanking by that neighborhood and then their friend's neighborhood, and then he would have got a home and got a spanking by that neighborhood, and he would have been banned by all fathers and brothers concerning football because they have such a respect for the game. You just don't interrupt that time. It's too precious. But then you're taking selfies and you're just trying to outdo the next millionaire or try to be the next millionaire, and you don't even see that for a second. In your own pursuit of being famous, you don't even see the power of these guys on the field. If you don't see it for that split second, you don't see it. I see it though. Something I need to see. For someone who, I'm kind of on this 50-50 line myself. I'm kind of in this place where I know I deserve better. I know I deserve better. I know I deserve the world. I know I do. I know I'm worth it. I know I am. But it is what it is, though. I think that a culmination of bad timing, or what it appears to be bad timing, and maybe just a really bad intention shown in a perfect light can turn so many noses up at you. God is just in the healing business. And I should be at a place where I'm okay with this. I should feel fine about this. This shouldn't even be an argument. But even now, as we roll out of January and into Black History Month, which is crowned by Valentine's Day, rewinding back to the end of this January, looking forward, what do I see? I'm in this small, huddled up, cup in my hands, and I'm kind of focusing into a small darkness. And this is, in a long time, this darkness is probably the most comfortable out of any of them. I've been working from check to check for so long, under these conditions for so long. I forgot what life was like when this thing wasn't around. And I find myself chasing down anybody who existed in my life when there was no such thing as 9/11. Like, I'm chasing these people that, like, you remember when it, oh, and it's like a breath, and then I'm like back under the heavy again. And I've been working with this for so long, I forget what just being common and good is like. And these conditions will teach you things about yourself that aren't true. And it's not that you start to believe it, but if your muscles burn long enough, and if your body gets weary enough, you can't stop the belief. The belief runs through you, even if you like tighten your fist and you try to think about something else. If you look away, you squeeze your eyes as tight as you can, you squeeze your mouth closed, you hold your breath as hard as you can, saying, I'm not going to believe it. Your body is submitting to the pressure. And you just, you kind of submit to it and you go with it. I think in that, part of me tells me you're not worth it. It's like, I don't know if I'm not worth the pressure or if it's just, it's not humanly possible to survive that kind of pressure. It wasn't meant to be survived. That doesn't mean you're not worth your life. I think it's just those bad things that come along that tries to size you up at the wrong time. I don't. And then after I see it that way, it's easier for me to say, now I know I'm worth it. But when I'm in the struggle, you know what I mean? Trying to see my way out of it, trying to say, I'm worth it, I add pressure to it, and then I tire faster. And then I fight myself back up again. It's like, I knew I was going to be there. I knew I was going to win. There's this, what do you call it, carbon dioxide detector in my bedroom. It's like two of them in the house. There's one in the master bedroom, and then there's one in the hallway, right in the middle, between the second bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, and living room. It's like right in the middle where all these rooms intersect. I used to talk to it. It's crazy as it sounds. About 20 years ago, I used to sit in my room and talk to it. Like as if it was a camera watching me, because I didn't have a camera to talk to. And now I got this phone to talk to. And kind of looking back, I see where these mental dialogues started. When I started just speaking out loud for hours on end, just laying on my back in my bed, just talking to myself, or making believe there was an audience somewhere, and I was talking to them like a do-gooder or a philanthropist. Most of the time, when you see yourself strive for something perfection, as somebody who teaches others how to be good, you teach yourself first. You teach yourself how to be good first. Like, I sat for years, and a lot of it, like 80-90% of it was just me rambling about mindless things. But every now and again, something very powerful will come out of my mouth, and it used to surprise me. I was like, that sounded really good. But in my rambling, I never wrote any of these things down. I didn't record it, but I just kept practicing. And every day my structure in it became more sound. And my thinking before I spoke became more sound. And my reasons to tell certain secrets about myself but hold on to others became more sound. And then I just got really good at repeating the heartbeat that made me feel good. Looking toward the beat that fed my brain the best blood or created the best